The Joint Mandating Committee of COSATU at the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council says that salary negotiations with the employer have collapsed, accusing government of undermining collective bargaining. The unions have announced their plan of action going forward as they intensify their demand for a 10% wage increase.
As things stand, there is no offer on the table. The decision by the employer to opt for the draft resolution falling away was confirmed in the council meeting that was sitting on the 3rd of October 2022. The employer had an option to reopen the matter for discussion or to renegotiate. However, they chose otherwise. With the offer having been withdrawn, we have now gone back to our initial demand of 10% across the board on the cost of living adjustment, and we also invoked the SABC dispute resolution mechanism.
The government released a statement indicating that it's contemplating the implementation of the 3% to reduce uncertainty on the fiscal outlook ahead of the Wednesday's budget policy statement. The announcement has angered public servants.
The collective spirit of the public sector workers has always been shuffled by the blatant disregard and the continued undermining of collective bargaining by government. We believe that it is about time that we must make follow-up with the ILO complaint lodged by some unions with the International Labour Organization, and also officially report government as the employer on this travesty of justice.
The PSA has over 200,000 members and says picketing has commenced countrywide after it served government with a notice to strike.
The employer has on 19 October 2022 approached the PSABC with intention to indicate their plan to have the 3% and a cash gratuity of R1,000 implemented without the unions. This shows the arrogance of the employer, who is not willing to accede to a very low demand of the unions, which is 6.5%. We call upon all PSA members, supporters, or public servants to take part in the picketing line that will commence during the course of this week. We also call upon all public servants and supporters of the PSA, come 3rd of November, we want a total shutdown of the public service.
The strike, if successful, will have an impact on government services. It remains to be seen if the threats by essential workers to join the strike action will materialize and if government will go ahead and unilaterally implement the 3% salary rise. The COSATU public sector unions will be back at the Public Service Coordinating Bargaining Council on the 31st of October. They've called on their members to come out in their numbers to demonstrate as they want 10% or nothing. This forms part of the downing of tools as they reject an under-inflation wage offer by the employer. Katleho Logodi, SABC News, Johannesburg.